Our daily devotional for April 2nd, 2021 comes to us from the words of God contained in Psalm 37, verse 8, which is our verse for the day. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm. Now, most of us, you and I, we've experienced times in our lives in which we have expressed anger in negative and even harmful ways. It may even be that a pattern of this has resulted in the accumulation of regrets that lead us to even resent our very selves. However, God is good. All the time. All the time, God is good. Through the way, the truth, and the life of Jesus Christ, you and I, we have a means to learn self-control and transform our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions into those that are pleasing to our great and loving God. Now, this begins with what you and I can control. And God never asks us to do what we're not capable of doing with His help. Now, the Bible tells us to take every thought captive, meaning that we have the ability to do something about any and all angry thoughts before they enter into our hearts and become a part of us. What we think about is crucial to who we are. Scientists that study this don't agree on how many thoughts we have each day, but all agree that there are thousands of them. And who we are is shaped moment by the thoughts that we choose to let into our minds and our hearts. What we think shapes the nature of our emotions, which then influences the substance of our words and our actions. Now, in order to capture this process and to then steer it into a positive and healthy direction, there are some ideals that we can incorporate into our lives that will enable us to achieve success. First of all, we will keep our lives Christ-centered, recognizing that when we are self-centered, a great increase in things to be angry about takes place. Now, secondly, we will avoid condemning ourselves for angry feelings, but instead recognize those feelings and choose to do something positive with them. And third, we'll use prayer to avoid the initial impulse of acting on angry feelings. And fourth, we'll recognize God's help in this process and redirect our angry energy away from causing harm, and instead turning it towards helping people. And then finally, we'll learn to be angry about the misery and suffering that's caused by sin without being controlled by that anger. Each of us that sincerely seeks God's help in understanding and managing our anger will receive that help. And the results are nothing less than miraculous and evidence of God's amazing love, mercy, and grace. Our passage for the day is from Psalm chapter 37 and verses 1 through 11. And I'll be reading to you from the New Living Translation of God's holy word. Don't worry about the wicked or envy those who do wrong. For like grass, they will soon fade away. Like spring flowers, they will soon wither. Trust in the Lord and do good, and then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you your heart's desires. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust Him, and He will help you. He will make your innocence radiate like the dawn, and the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun. Be still in the presence of the Lord and wait patiently for Him to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm. For the wicked will be destroyed, but those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. Soon the wicked will disappear. Though you look for them, they will be gone. The lowly will possess the land and will live in peace and prosperity. Now, additional readings that coincide with the subject of today's devotional come from Psalm chapter 4 and Ephesians chapter 4 verse 25 through chapter 5 verse 2. Blessings to you and yours from the Ione Community Church.